Hey there, Kenneth French of Vast Voice, telling business secrets to entrepreneurs. We're very, very happy you stopped by. Either you're going to watch this or listen to this because you want to take your business to the next level. You're probably an entrepreneur who's either just starting out or you've been around for quite a while and you want to take your business to the next level. You're probably a real estate investor, maybe even a real estate agent, maybe a professional or of some sort, professional advisor of some sort. And well, you are stopping by because you need some valuable advice from one of the top industry leaders there is. Anyway, thank you very much. Once again, Kenneth French, Vast Voice, telling business secrets to entrepreneurs. Really glad you stopped by.
We have a special guest here. You know who we have? We have Deniz, and Deniz is going to tell us all about himself, all about international tax. Normally a boring topic, but he's going to make it fun for you. My name is Kenneth French with VastSolutionsGroup.com. Obviously, you've entered the Vast Vault where secrets are unlocked, and Deniz is going to unlock some secrets with respect to taxes. And I have some questions right off the bat. But Deniz, tell us about yourself, will you, bud?
Sure. I'm a former Big Four international tax and transfer pricing person. I worked in Arthur Andersen back in the day, then Ernst & Young and PricewaterhouseCoopers as well out of that was Chicago and Seattle. And since I left them, I opened up my own practice. I am in the I mostly focus on smaller businesses that have international tax needs who are going overseas, but I also take on some very large clients as well. So I have a very broad range of experiences. I've had my practice for about 15 years, in which I'm doing most of the planning and transaction work, as well as compliance work.
Okay, all right, I like that. So what you're saying is you're the man, you know international tax.
Absolutely.
All right. All right. So, okay. Actually, a couple of clients just popped into my head. I totally didn't even think of you, but I'm glad I'm talking to you. And this is going to be a live example, actually, of what you do. um, wow,
Sure.
I just thought of this. Maybe you can help some of our clients. Anyone. So basically, who is your client? Just to double check, you can work with a client who's a Canadian who's got a business in the United States, correct?
Yes.
Yep. You can.
Although,
Oh,
yes, and just to clarify, I will focus on the U.S. international tax laws, which is a specific body of law, and I will often work with a Canadian uh, tax person to tell me about Canadian law, because
right. Right.
I can't advise specifically on Canadian law. So
Right.
we
Right.
work together.
That's fine.
We team up with a client.
Exactly. Just like I was going to say, just like you can work with someone who's a U.S. citizen doing work, who is doing work in Germany or a project in Germany, you work on the U.S. portion. Yeah, I get it. I think our
Correct.
listeners, viewers.
Correct. And the questions I ask are specific to international that most domestic CPAs don't know too much about, or it can get very complicated.
It can get way
So
complicated. Yeah, I know you
yeah,
helped. You helped one of our clients. Don't say the client's name. You helped one of our clients a lot. I'm pretty sure that's the case. All right,
yes, it was a great client. Thank you.
good. So let's again, don't say any client names specifically. There's
Of course.
confidentiality for us and you. All right, so let's just say as an example, um, we have a Canadian resident, Dennis, and he or she, let's say he has a investment property in the United States, and he decided to start an LLC. Just generally speaking, not going to hold you to it. Everything we're talking about here is generic. Obviously, people need to talk to their own advisor or call you and give you the fact pattern. Anyway, so let's just say they have a LLC in the United States. Generally speaking, what type of servicing do you do that would help that business owner in that circumstance? Again, a resident in Canada who has a property and an LLC in the United States, what type of services do you provide in that case?
So the first thing they're going to want to know is, what type of entity should I have in the United States as a non-resident alien? And what we call them non-resident aliens. Anybody who's not a U.S. taxpayer, they're referred to as non-resident alien. So when they come into the United States, oftentimes somebody will say, well, we're just going to set you up as an LLC, because that's what I would do if I was a U.S. taxpayer. put them in an LLC because they don't have the double taxation. And from a U.S. taxpayer perspective, they're thinking, this is great, no double taxation. We just get taxed once. Perfect. But when a non-resident alien comes in the United States, that is not the structure that we put them in because they don't get the advantages that we do as U.S. taxpayers. They have to pay a level of tax which is kind of the same as a corporate tax, regardless of whether or not they are in actually a corporation. So the LLC benefits don't extend to them. So often we just put them in directly into a C corporation where they do have a double layer of tax, but then they'll avoid kind of withholding taxes on the U.S. income. So that's and they'll avoid what's called a branch profits tax, which is a dividend equivalent amount on net increases in equity in your business. Now, so so those aren't things that is commonly known, and so that's why I step in. The other thing that's really important to keep in mind is you said the word property. So a lot of times a foreign person will want to buy U.S. property, and that needs to.
Uh-oh. Dennis? Think we lost Dennis. Can you hear me? Dennis? I think we lost Dennis. Oh, you're here? I've lost you. Here, maybe I'm gonna stop recording, go out, and then come back in. Oh, you hear me? We don't hear you. I'm gonna go out and then come back in. They can delete, edit this. Hold on.